Let's discuss the discharge process at Robbins Rehabilitation. This is a very, very important part of what we do. So someone is ready to be just discharged, if we're going to take a look at it in general, when they're no longer coming to physical therapy, okay? And we know the reason for that, all right? We're going to go through different types of discharge, but that's what discharge is. For this particular case that they have, for this injury that they have, they're no longer going to be coming in for physical therapy. Now, the gold standard is a successful discharge. So a successful discharge is that, and really like the best one is where they're in the office, hey, they're 95 to 100% better, they're doing well with their home program, they're back to doing what they want to do, they're going to fill out the discharge paperwork, we wrap up with them, close out their bill, hugs, pictures, they make it up on the wall, and this person's very happy about physical therapy. That's what we're all kind of like striving to get to. Ideally, we'd have everyone done in the office. Like that's really, really important. It just really kind of solidifies everything. They get their bag of fun stuff and any homework exercises and any information that they need. But obviously, not every patient, gets to that point of the discharge. Some patients get better and they call up and say, "Hey, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm good with physical therapy. I'll be discharged." Some of them, their doctor tells them not to come into therapy anymore, and we have to kind of discuss that with them. Some people like if they have workman's compensation, they go back to work and they say, "Hey, I've been cleared to go back to work, so I won't come in for my visits anymore because the work company won't pay for visits anymore." There's lots of different reasons why it could be. It also could be because the patient's not getting better and they're not coming in for therapy. But it's important that we make contact with all of these people no matter what. So we know what the discharge is, like they're done with therapy, okay? And again, under that category could also be someone like, I'm getting better, but I'm not 100% better. They say, well, maybe you got to go somewhere. Like, let's go back to your doctor, get things checked out. But we're not going to see you for therapy anymore. That's also a discharge. Ideally, we want them all to be successful discharges. A successful discharge is a patient that's coming for therapy, and we have what's called an NPS form, which we'll talk about in another video. But it assesses their satisfaction with the care that they received, and it pretty much says like at a high level or at a high rate, they would recommend their friend or family to come to physical therapy at Robbins Rehabilitation. In that scenario, even if we didn't get like 100% better, but they were happy with the effort that we made, and they felt like they got good care, and they would come back again or refer somebody else, then we feel like that's a success. There's other clinical, statistics that we take a look at that has more clinical significance, but for what we're taking a look at, if they're happy with what we did and are willing to kind of come back or go, or send a friend or family over, then that's going to be a successful discharge. All right? An unsuccessful discharge is someone who we cannot contact. For whatever reason, we have a system in place. We call, email, text, and we cannot get a hold of this patient. We've tried, 3 times, in 3 different ways, and we just can't make contact with that patient. We're going to discharge that patient, okay? We have to kind of get them out of our system and not kind of contact them anymore. We've made a very good effort to contact them. Obviously, they're not getting back to us, so we have to kind of discharge that patient, get them off the active patient tracker, and then we're going to discharge their case from our documentation software. That's another important part of it because we can't have people kind of hanging around in the documentation software that aren't receiving care. So that's what the discharge is. But it really is very important to understand where that patient is in their care. Obviously, we want to successfully discharge everybody and get them all better, but not every patient kind of gets there. If a patient doesn't get there and we can't contact them, we still have to kind of discharge them, get them out of the computer system, and get them out of the call list so we're not trying to contact them anymore. But it's important that we're tracking down these patients and making sure we've closed care. That's really what it is. Like whether hey, physical therapy didn't work. I'm sorry. Here's someone you can go to, but we're going to take you out. We're going to discharge your case, and we're going to send that to the insurance company and the doctor. Or the patient, hey, I'm great. This feels good. All right, here's your home program. Here's your testimonial form, and we talk to them, and we've closed that care. We don't want to have open loops. There's someone I really don't know whether they're done, whether they're not done. So, you know, a patient is either an active patient or they are discharged. So they're one of the two. And we have to keep up with our patients and make sure that we know which is which and how to close the case when we need to close the case.